Now we're going to continue with a discussion of what happens in the GOP convention. Mike Pence was selected as the vice presidential running mate. Bit of a strange candidate. This is a hard right, conservative, red state governor. He is anti-LGBT. He's anti anything to do with reproductive freedoms. He's anti-women. He's anti-labor. He lost over $60 million in business a couple of years back when he signed a religious freedom law allowing businesses in the state to decline doing business with LGBT people. And when he was interviewed on 60 Minutes, it was their first joint interview. Leslie Stahl, who is a top-notch CBS reporter, she's been around for decades, she basically nailed the Donald and Pence for Pence's vote supporting the Iraq war when he was a congressman. And yet Trump blames Hillary for voting for the Iraq war. So when he was called on it by Leslie Stahl, he said, but wait a minute. He said, Pence voted for the war. Donald said, it's not a problem. So, not for me, for thee, these rules apply.
Well, that's a classic hypocrisy, isn't it? I mean, that's appalling, really. I mean, Pence is a bizarre figure, isn't he, in so many ways,
Yeah.
But then he ran out of candidates. I think he ran out of choices, didn't he, Trump, in terms of who would go with him as his Veep,
Well, I was reading a story yesterday that we had, he had basically promised John Kasich the world, but Kasich can't stand. Kasich has not even shown up. Now, he's the Ohio governor, so this convention is being held in his state, and he has absolutely nothing to do with Donald Trump. He says, we're different companies and we disagree, and we will never agree on issues. There's no way I can go in and support him because of the stands that he's taken and the rhetoric that he's used. And it is just truly ridiculous to watch this. I mean, it's literally convention as infomercial as most of them are. But when you produce an infomercial, it's supposed to help you sell your product.
That hasn't really helped him, has it? Actually, especially things like the speech, Melania's speech, and the Ted Cruz not endorsing him. It hadn't really pushed him, has it? I mean, it's meant to be a springboard to the presidency, things like this, and it's not. It's more of a kind of dive into an empty swimming pool with that.
I just don't get it. I keep thinking, okay, there's a master plan behind all this.
There isn't, though, Dennis. But there isn't. There's nothing there.
There's no there.